Good morning. Today I'm going to make breadcrumbs, homemade breadcrumbs. I want to make a meatloaf later and I realized I was out of breadcrumbs. So I have everything I need to make the breadcrumbs. And this came from Cooks Illustrated. You're going to need a bag of Arnold's country white bread, food processor, and a couple of rimmed baking sheets. I'm going to food process this loaf in 2 batches, and half a loaf will fit on each one of these pans. Preheat an oven to 350, and we're going to make our own breadcrumbs. Just tear them into pieces to fit them in the food processor. There's half a loaf. We're just going to pulse it. And that's the consistency you want, kind of like gravel. This bread is very moist and it wants to clump together, but that'll help you figure out when it's done. Because you can either toast it or just dry it out, and once it doesn't stick to itself, it's dried out to where you could use it, but I like to toast mine. Now we'll do the second half of the loaf. Yeah, just push it down in there a little bit. I'm not going to do the last end piece. Okay, we're going to pulse this one up. Just spread them out into an equal layer. Okay, they're ready for the oven. Oven's preheated 350 with the racks in the middle. We're going to put them in. We're going to set a timer for 5 minutes and keep checking everything at 5-minute intervals and rotating 180 or switching shelves. All right, the first 5 minutes are up and these are still really damp, but it's starting to smell like toast in here. So I'm just going to put these back in. I'm going to swap the upper and lower racks just to keep everything even. Okay, we're 10 minutes into these breadcrumbs. You can see the edges are starting to get brown. And you can see there's still moisture in that bread because it's still clinging together. So we're just going to mix it up. Okay, we're going to go in for another 5 minutes. Okay, we're 15 minutes into these breadcrumbs, but they're still wet because you see how they're sticking to the fork? So there's still a lot of moisture in these. So we're going to mix them up again, rotate the trays, upper, lower. Back in the oven for 5 minutes, but I'm keeping my eye on them. We're into these breadcrumbs for 20 minutes. And they're still a little damp. They're dry. They're pretty much dried out. They still have a little bit of moisture left in them. So I'm going to put these back in the oven. I'm going to mix them up, put them back in the oven, and just look through the oven door to make sure they don't get too brown. Because this is the point they can come out delicious or you can scorch them. We're 25 minutes into the breadcrumbs. When I slide a fork through there, nothing sticks other than the ones that get stuck between the tines, but these breadcrumbs are dry. You could cook them more if you like to. These are pretty toasted. And if you notice, there's big pieces in here, but you can easily crunch them down. So these are 25 minutes in the oven. I hope the camera mic can pick this up, but they are crunchy. And you can toast them to your liking. I like these as they are. I'll let these cool off and then I'll put them in a Tupperware. 1 24-ounce loaf of Arnold's country white bread yielded me about 16 ounces of breadcrumbs. This was one pan that I dumped in here. It's almost full. And I'll tell you what, these are tasty. I'm not sure what size Tupperware this is, but it's full, and that's from 1 loaf of Arnold's country white bread. If you like panko breadcrumbs, you're going to love these because these are buttery. The pancakes are kind of plain yet nice and crunchy. But these are crunchy and they're flavorful. I do suggest if you have the time, make yourself some homemade breadcrumbs. You'll find yourself making them quite often. I was disappointed when I ran out of these, but I'm happy now that I have enough Tupperware full. Well, give it a shot. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.